And for the sake of this video, I'm just want to have the time is today is February 12th, 2025, and it's 4:43 p.m. here in South Florida, United States of America. And I'm gonna close the window and close the freaking internet. And now is gonna be me. So I want to share some things that happened to me in the past days. You know that I've been sharing some videos about my life, how difficult it is for me to live a life with dignity, to live a life that I feel I deserve. I'm a person, I've never have had addictions. The only addiction that I have is like I like good food, especially if it comes from Cuba or Puerto Rico. Although I like to experiment with food from other countries. But that's what I like because my family is Cuban. I was raised in Puerto Rico. Those are the places that I love, and I love the food. So So yesterday, February 11th, my day started by walking to a bus stop, and over there, there's the HCA Woodman Hospital, and behind it is a behavior and mental health facility. So my plan was yesterday, since I have no transportation anymore. Like I couldn't pay for the vehicle that I was trying to pay for. So no more payments because I had issues with a person while the issue started because of some requirements with Lyft. But let me go back to so having no car. I don't have my own transportation anymore. Eh, I went to, I had plans. So things are so bad that I don't have any financial resource coming to me. And I'm losing everything. I have just one checking and one savings account. Same thing that happened to me back in 2013. Same deal. The only thing it was that in 2013, when I lost my job, I resigned from the job at the federal agency. At that time, I had money. I had a house. I lost it afterwards, but I had a house. Then my family came to my house because they told me they lost their house. So my family came to my house. We lived there for a while, and I had a lot of hopes that I was gonna get another job. Right now, I lost all my hopes in terms of having people help me. And you're gonna hear why. So, and let me put it this way. I have no reasons to lie. When people have nothing, they have nothing to lie about. So I cannot lie about what I'm gonna talk over here. So I go to a bus stop, and my plan was, since I've lost everything now, um, my plan was to see how the deal with the homeless shelter works, and then from there to go to a career office. So I'm at the bus stop. There's no one there at the time, and I'm just trying to make sure that I have the cash that I need to get an all day pass. Um and I have my water. I have um papers that I might need, all of that. I have phones so I can call if I need to call. So I'm just standing there, and then the bus stop, the bench has kind of like a wall. It looks like a almost like a cage, but to the sides and to the front there's nothing. And I'm in between like the bench and the wall that is part of like the cage. I'm in between there. I'm dressed with a shirt, pants, I have a ponytail and a cap. So all of a sudden, this guy comes like speed walking, gets behind the wall, the cage, the semi cage, and he goes, "Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir." And that triggered me because people before, when I'm out and about, like walking or like doing stuff where I need to, I'm out of a car. Um, People do weird stuff and say weird stuff. So this guy comes and he's saying like the sir word, and I'm like, Is he insane or what?" So I move fast. I don't want to be close to him because he went like he was almost gonna be face to face with me, and also the guy was black. So not that the blackness, like I have friends, I don't have issues with people with dark skin. It's the other way around. Certain people with dark skin have issues with me. So he had some issue with me, "Sir, sir, sir," and I just walk away from him in a really fast pace because I don't want to be close to insane people, or be close to insane people that they almost can punch me or do something to me. I don't want to be harmed. I'm already harmed by the health community. They have harmed me. I've been disfigured, and they have given a shit. So I didn't want for him to physically harm me. And so because he's insane, supposedly insane, he will get away with it. Because one of the things that I've been trying to have people do to me, the people that have issues, there's a certain group, and it tends to be black people, that they have issues with me. So they say things, they do things. It's really annoying. But they have done like use objects to hit me, but their bodies never come in contact with me. And I'm trying to get them to go to that point, because what's the point to be a coward and use an object to hit me? Because then I cannot defend myself. So this guy was doing the same fucking thing. cuts me with me, sir, and gets really close to me. I don't know what he has under his shirt or whatever. I didn't get a look at his clothes. I just knew that he looked a little bit deranged. And so I walk again really fast away from him. And he goes, "Ah, you're crazy. What's wrong with you? Ah, you're crazy." And then he says, yelling in his deranged way, "I hope you get COVID and you die from it." The only thing that I yelled back was because he also insisted I was crazy. I yelled back, "You are crazy." So that's how my day started yesterday. Then comes a white lady was crossing the street, and she was looking like she was the handler, the puppeteer of all the situation. She had like a one of those hand luggages or luggages that you can have wheels, sort of like that. I don't know where she was going. I know that there's a bunch of offices plus the hospital plus the mental facility around there. Maybe she was going there, or maybe she had somebody waiting for her because maybe she was part of the circus show, and there was somebody in a car waiting for her to get in because she's the puppeteer. And then so she leaves, and then comes a black woman with another kind of luggage with wheels and one of those coats that have fake fur. She comes and she says, "Good morning," in a weird, quiet way. And then she comes and stands behind me. Like I go back to in between the bench and the wall, the cage wall, because it's morning. So I was trying to get some shade. So I'm back over there, and she goes behind the wall, but kind of like behind my back, kind of. And she's standing there supposedly looking at the phone. But you know what happens since I've been in this situation for 11 years? The thing that I've been fucked, like I've been disfigured among all of my health issues. But what hasn't left me is that I can feel the energy of people around me. And when they want to hurt and when they want to proclaim they have possession of my life and they can control my life, their attitudes is disturbing and disgusting. So I don't know if she thought she was acting because we are in a circus show. She was acting like a battered woman because in a way it looked like that. She was acting like a battered woman and she was running away. And where I was going to find shelter. So that happened early in the morning, my first ride to get on the bus. The bus needed to make a stop. I needed to get on another bus to finally go to that place. The female black driver of the other bus, the one that was heading to my final destination, I see that the door is open, and many times when the driver was not gonna use the bus or was not gonna leave soon, whatever, they will close the doors and leave the doors closed. Well, in this case, the door was open. I'm looking at her like trying to see what she was doing, and she was looking back at me. There was another black lady, younger lady. mm, Um, there are like kind of like bathrooms around, so that black woman was over there and also like looking at me at what I was doing. And so I see the door open. I'm walking kind of like close to it, and I say, "Oh, if something is gonna happen, they should let me know now." Nothing happens. I go inside. The driver from outside knocks on the glass and on the windshield, and I look at her and I go, "I cannot." And she goes, You need to move to over there." And she points like where the bus that I had gone out of. She points to that bus. But still I'm okay, so that's another, like, buses have different numbers. So that was another number. I don't know. They have a few places where they stop. So but she's just pointing, you know. And in a way, again, it's this damn business of controlling me, manipulating the scene, the circus show. And they need to be the best actress. They are working to be the best actress of the scene. So, okay, I get out and I wait. She turns on the bus. I'm still waiting there. Turns on the bus, move the bus like not even a car distance, and the door is open. At this point, I don't know what to do. I don't know if I will go in and then she will scream and try to slap me. I don't know. Because even though they have the professions, supposedly professions, and they are supposedly professionals, they act like savages. Because they act like they own me and they control me and they can treat me like shit. That's how they act. There's no, "Ma'am, excuse me, I'm not leaving now. You need to wait behind the other bus," or whatever. No. It's like pointing, like telling you. The only thing that is missing is for them to slap me, punch me, but they are cowards. They all do the circus show, because I cannot do anything. I cannot fight back. But I get on the bus. I'm the only one on the bus at that time. Maybe she had nothing better to do but to molest me. So I was the only one in the bus. I get there. I've never been into a shelter or a shelter meeting, whatever. I've never in my life. This is the second time that I've been in a really bad situation where I feel like the world has crumbled on top of me. But again, the first time that happened, I still had some money. This time I have nothing. So I'm at the that place. I start walking All I see is black people. I'm sorry, you know. So, how do I feel? I feel like I don't fit in there. I feel out of place. But I still keep walking. And I see a young black man, and he's walking like in a silent way, showing me what to do. And for whatever minds you have, okay? For me, he was an angel. Because of him, I didn't feel out of place. And so silently, I feel he was showing me the way. And I got in. There was this deal of what I needed to do. Um, I mean, asking questions. Where can I stand? Because there was a group of people. Some of them they had chairs, they had benches. It was under a tent. So, and then I start to see a few white people, but they were just a few. And they told me, so wait over there. They told me wait over there, and I walked to where they are, but like I see all the chairs are taken and all this stuff. So I go and stand in a place where I feel like if something is gonna happen, somebody's gonna come. I feel like I'm in a way part of the group. Um, I wait a little bit, and then I think that I have my other plan that was to go to the career office. And so all of a sudden, I thought it was like a weekend, like it was Saturday. I was getting that vibe, even though yesterday was a Monday, Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. So because I was getting the vibe that it was like a Saturday, I decided to call the career office to check if they were gonna be open. Because at that point I was kind of like confused. And the phone had I barely could see the screen because the I was not under the tent. I could not see the screen, and I walk to another part that had like a shade. I walk over there, and then I get a paper out that had the career source number, and I'm there and I call to check if they're gonna be open, all that stuff. So I call and I hear a voice message that says not in service. And I'm kind of wow, this is really odd because I had when the paper was given to me, a few days later I called. I called to check the office hours and it worked. But here I was at that shelter meeting, and all of a sudden, and it was outside of buildings, even though I was surrounded by some buildings. I was surrounded by like a storage facility. Then they had the one blood van, that type of vehicle, like a mobile center of something. And then they had the building for like the establishment that they use to have people go over there. So I have two phones because one of the things that I did was thinking that I was gonna be able to find like driving for DoorDash again. I bought another phone because I knew I needed to get rid of the other number. And since I have issues with my electronic communications, I thought, let me get another number and let me use another email. And so I can open a new account. And I stopped doing DoorDash in 2022. It's been like 3 years. So I'm using that phone to call this facility and I get no service. Then I use my other phone and the same thing happens. And then I go like, "Oh, I'm in the twilight zone." And I can see people like looking around, saying stupid stuff, and some of those people were except a young kid, but some of those people were like in the business of checking me, you know, figure me out, all that type of behavior control. So then again, I call another of their offices because it's kind of like a regional thing. They have different offices in Broward County. So I call another office, and at first they had some issues on my phone or my communication, had some issues reaching that office. Like I couldn't hear the phone system. And then I hear they have like a menu. And so I can hear the menu, and one of the steps was to talk to somebody. I don't know if they call it reach an agent or what. So I call the other place to check they if the place that I had planned to go to was gonna be open. And they told me yes. But the female voice that had answered, she said, "Oh no, what's going on?" And she said something like she got a no service too. And she said that was weird, but that they are always open from Monday to Friday up until 5. And I said, "Well, I appreciate your help because that's my plan and I'm on public transportation and I wouldn't like to waste my time today. I go there and either the building doesn't exist or they are closed." Cause when I had no car and I needed services around the community, I would, let's say, a doctor office. The health plan that I had would have an address for that doctor. And I would sometimes call, check the office hours, and it was always an answering service. So then I would get to a place and there was no place. The building had been demolished or they had moved. Like the office was there, but they had moved. It was closed. That happened to me a lot. And so, I'm trying to find a job. As a human being, I'm trying to help myself in trying to get a new job. So, trying to grab whatever is given to me. But it feels like whatever is given to me, there's some type of hidden agenda. There's and the hidden agenda is not to help me. The hidden agenda is to continue destroying me. Because to have somebody live at the bottom is to destroy a life. And the thing is that, again, all my life I work really hard. I've tried to be a good employee and I have tried to have things for myself. Like, I mean, that's part of any human being. That to have stuff so you can continue having stuff. But the deal is that it's just with me. Everybody else can have stuff, even have stuff to destroy me. And people seem to have the right and to be entitled to have stuff to destroy me. Because if it's with objects that I get hit. So they need to have stuff. It's not with the bare hands, that they injure me. It's with stuff. So they are given stuff to destroy me. And then think about this. I'm at a shelter, right? And the people that I see, that's another thing. The people that I see there, the women that I see, mostly black, they look like they're not having fun in their life. That they really need those services. So some people come and then it's like the guys get better treatment. Oh, okay. So all of a sudden we are like in a parking lot, on a parking lot. All of a sudden white SUVs come and why I use white because there's also this, it's kind of like common. It's either white or black. Oh, and by the way, there was like a black Charger there that it looked like a cop's, an undercover cop's car already there. So all of a sudden, these white SUVs arrive, and all except one car had a white person, a white man. The rest were mostly black women and young, like either late 20s or early 30s. And one seemed to be early 20s. So they get out. Oh, no, no. Yeah, now I remember. There was one that looked like around my age, like 50 or late 40s. Probably she was in her late 40s because she looked like she was having the best time of her life. Um and I say that because now that I think about it, she seemed familiar. So the young women gets out and they start talking among themselves. And so I'm kind of like at the end of the group, and I didn't know it. I was not aware of it because I was really feeling again like I do not belong here. So I was standing next to mostly men. And so this young lady, I told you all of them were black except one white man. So this young lady comes and says, Are you here for like the task force?" And I go, "Yes." I said, "Yes." And she goes, "How old are you?" And I say, 54. And she goes, "Oh, you need to move to the back of the line where the women are." And when she said to the back of the line and she pointed, it was like something was tickling inside of her. She felt happy saying that to me. And so I move to the other, kind of like the other side. And I move like to the other end of where the group was because I didn't have any space um, to be among the women. I just kept being outside. So I, one of the guys, a black guy, not the white guy, a black young guy. That the white guy maybe was my age. Although the only thing that I look like I'm like 60, huh? And I'm mid 50s. So that guy looked like the white guy. Looked like he was in also late 40s, early 50s. But whatever. So a young black guy comes and he starts to talk to the man and he is giving them instructions, and I'm listening. He's saying, "Oh, you have this number, you're gonna go to this place, we're gonna get you here, we're gonna do this." And I was like, okay, now I'm listening to what will happen to them. The women on my side are like moving around, um, yelling, complaining about people. There was one that was complaining about somebody that was smoking, and she said, "Oh yeah, be outside." It was in a way funny because we were outside, and so they were complaining. One was saying something about um, get a job, call for a job. That was kind of in a way like, oh, maybe she knows uh, why I was calling. Maybe she could hear my phone conversation. Maybe she understood everything about my cell phone conversation. So she was doing that to my back. Again, that was not in my face, that was like my back. Like if that one, if she would have tried to hurt me physically, like using her body, I would have been able to defend myself because she was at my back. But I could hear completely what she was doing, what she was saying. And her intent was to get my attention. So I don't know. Was she trying to help me out in a way and letting me know that all you said here, everybody listened to it. Everybody knew what you were saying. Everybody knew with whom you were talking. Maybe she was helping me out, and I'm the one who um who feels like everything is against me. But the thing is, I don't like to be monitored. I'm not a child. I don't live in a jail. Like, if you go to a jail, this is how jails are, right? First of all, you need to be charged with a crime. You sign papers saying that you committed a crime. A judge sees you and sees other people in the legal community, must plus the correctional facility. They all exchange information about your charges. And then after you are charged, then the instructions of what correctional facility you're gonna go, and the things that you will be allowed, and also your rights as a prisoner are read to you, like the Miranda rights. So none of them has happened to me because this is no crime. I have not committed any crime. The crime is committed against me. I'm the one who's being destroyed. And I have not signed any paper accepting any criminal behavior because I have not committed any crime. But I live like I'm a prisoner. And I live surrounded by mostly black people that think they are correctional officers or my probation officers. They think they are the correctional officers that hang around me checking my cage. Or they live like black women, black men as probation officers, checking that I don't break my probation. But where are the papers that say that I have committed a crime? Where are they? So that continues, and then this is kind of like they started to arrive like in groups. And the men's side, they started to, this guy, a male, young black man, started talking to them, giving them instructions, and I was like, wow, he's so cool. But on this side, it looks like we had bitches, because even one of them treated like one of the women that was kind of like complaining, treated her like the complaining lady trying to be assisted for shelter, What's the nuance? And this is what among all the things that I don't understand, this is another one. If you get paid to drive to a place and pick up people or give instructions to people or where they need to go, why do you need to treat people like animals? Or why do you need to treat people like they are less than you? Or even if that person, if even if you are an alien or a hybrid, a humanoid, because it has come to this point, you know. I don't know. I live among animals, and sometimes since it looks like they have no compassion, so they have no feelings. They are dead inside. They're zombies. So as a zombie, you know, are you entitled? Do you have rights to treat other beings like an object, like trash? Do you have those rights? So it is astonishing. They get paid to injure people. And here I am. And here I am after losing everything for the second time and in a worse position. Here I am listening to this young women, black women, getting paid to do a simple job. And here I am after, let's say, 30 years of serving communities. I started at a bail bond company. I was there for 7 years. Then I moved to a like a science, a criminal scene investigation, science, morgue, everything was there. Plus my section, digital evidence, computer forensics. I was in 2000. I was there for almost 10 years. And on those two jobs, I moved not because the employer had issues with me or not because I had issues with the employer. I moved because I thought I was going to a better place. Again, trying to do things better for me and for my family. And from the morgue with science lab, crime lab, I moved to the federal agency. Again, trying to help serve people. And at the end, in 2013, that's when all hell got loose. And the plan to destroy me started. I I went to college, have a background in natural sciences, and I have a background in information systems. And because of all the the difficult, let's put it this way, and because of all the difficult circumstances that I have had to live with my family, I have experienced in other human aspects. I know how it is for a person to come from another country. I know what it is to be a political prisoner. I know what it is to be young and to have just the necessary stuff to go to school, to have a good time with your friends, and even like that, because your family had your back and your family was not eating the bullshit of let me be better than you, or my family was not eating that bullshit of jealousy, envy, or the stab in the back. I knew that life was good enough. Not like now. Now this feels like hell. And I hope your hidden agendas and your plans to continue stabbing my back and your plans to continue destroying me eventually go back to you. So because I have all these experiences, I'm kind of dumbfounded. I feel stupid that beings younger than me have this attitude that they are the masters of my life, that they can and they will decide how I die. I don't know how that happens. I know there's a God, and I know that there's a God that oversees the universe. So, this theme about destruction, I don't see that look, I don't see that that looks good into God's holy plan for the universe. So maybe he will finally kill me. But I don't see your group, your hidden agendas getting too far. Maybe I'm containing it, and maybe the mirage is not for me, but it is for you in your destruction. Instead of seeing the bigger picture, you just focus on me. And because you're focused on me, there's nothing else that you can see. I'm not the blind one. The people, the group that controls, the puppeteers, the puppeteers are the blind ones. And so from there, let me see what. Okay, so then a another car arrived, and a black lady came out of the car, and then she was the one who started talking to other ladies. And again, she like went to talk to people, and she looked at me. But she approached people, looked at me, and so I was like, I was like, does she want to talk to me or what? So when I see her, like she's kind of giving me that vibe, but at the same time, I'm also expecting their games. Um, at one point, then I see her like she was kind of like leaving, and then I said, okay, let me ask her now. And what happens? She's talking to another woman, and when I approach her to say, can you please, before you leave, she didn't let me say anything. She just went like, give me a minute. Again, that same thing of, let me see what give me a minute. No, but with her arm all stretched out. And again, like laughing is inside. I said, I'm not in an emergency, but I want to know because I don't want to wait until things get too critical, and I want to know what to do. So she says she's a counselor. She's not part of the other people. She's a counselor, and then that they have information about eviction to help with eviction. And I'm like, okay, but I have not asked about that. And I said, I'm here to see how this works. And I say, so you bring a few things, and then they let you know where they're gonna take you. And she says, yes. So, and then she showed me some, like a sheet of paper with some information of places that they go. I still don't know if those places are um like the final destination where they have beds, because they were saying beds, not having beds, having beds. And now that I'm thinking, when they said bed, so strange things happen in my head. Like sometimes I hear words and memories all of a sudden come to my brain. So when they said bed, the memory of when I was working at the courthouse and when I was at the mental health court, they would talk about having people enter or admitted into the mental health facilities. But one of the things that they talk about was from jail to the mental facility, and that sometimes people needed to stay in jail because they had no beds in the mental facility, in the mental rehab facility. So a little bit of, correlation, jail, mental facility. So what? And her being a counselor. So now what? Are you trying to make me be crazy? Because there are no papers that like say that I have committed a crime. The most that you made me was a traffic ticket. But for mental health, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to provoke a situation? And since all your group can lie and can create documents and bring information, and since it's in your group, you know, you have the people to lie and say things that have not occurred. Is that what you're trying to do? Because that will be another way of destroying me. Since it seems that you are not willing to kill me, like shooting me or giving me a beating, that then I'm dead. Is that the other way of the the way you want to destroy me? Like faking some mental issue and then what? Getting me into one of those facilities and drugging me? Because then I will be lost, like inside a mental facility. If you have the power of putting me in a mental facility, then inside and still I'm outside, right? Supposedly here outside I could have some resources to fight back, to fight your lies. If you are trying to imply that I'm crazy. But when I get in, it's all your arena. Then I'll be dead because I'll be drugged and who knows what happens inside a mental rehab center. Who knows where you want my mind to go? Because this is what I see and this is what I feel. You push, you provoke, you instigate so that I can barely defend myself. And if I defend myself, I'll be appearing to have a mental disturbance. And that's when I say that God's holy plan, God's, God's holy plan with us, with the universe, that won't stop. But the plan to destroy me will stop. Because if you can do it to me, you can do it to you can do it to anybody. And you're getting away with it. And you're destroying a bunch of people or beings. Putting aside your shitty lifestyle and your shitty behavior of destroying me, there's still beings around here that I like to be around. You will need to be able to be above God. So after that, after meeting that woman, she told me some other stuff, but it's irrelevant. I took the bus and I went to the career office. Over there, I was asked for my social security number. And now that I think about it, that was strange because I gave this lady, this black lady, my social security number because she said she needed to go into employee Florida. Oh, the sun is setting. I have less light now. Maybe I'm getting into darker places. So over there, there was this lady that was dressed like in gym clothes. This black lady dressed in gym clothes, and she was talking really loud, and she was coming in and out of offices, and she was checking me out. I'm telling you, it's like some women have, like, they hate me, and like they are doing everything possible to the best of their abilities to destroy me. So I went there. I signed some papers because supposedly they needed my authorization to go into my Employee Florida account and activate me. I went into the Employee Florida account on these days due to trying to get unemployment benefits, but then the whole deal has changed too. Now they have a reconnect thing. It gave me bad memories because I saw all my information from 2013. And you see, that's the other thing. I don't hold grudges because why would I be stuck in the past? I have forgotten about all the steps I took when I resigned from that job. And here I was remembering all over again, but in a much worse situation. So that's what I have to say right now. I To the people that care, to the people that believe there's a God and that there is a holy plan, I hope, I hope that you will wake up tomorrow, be thankful, grateful that we have another day, that we have survived, and that we have another chance to keep loving and to keep fighting.